everybody, welcome to Tech Tricks and Fundamentals, and today we will be learning what variables, data types, and arithmetic expressions are like in C. So let's get started. First off, we will be learning data types as what they are and because they're the core of almost everything else. So what is a data type? A data type is a specific type of information. So when we want to use a specific piece of that information, we define it using a data type. For example, just consider packaging. When an item gets packed into a box, the shipper cannot determine what is in the package. He only sees the box. And sometimes the item inside is a fragile item, so therefore the packager puts a fragile sticker on it on the packaging, so the person that ships it knows that it has to be shipped with care or it'll break. So just like that, there are 5 main data types in C. Integer, which can be declared as int, a double, which can be declared as double, float, which can be declared as float, character, which can be declared as char, char, and boolean, which is declared as underscore bool. An integer is any whole number including 0 and all negative numbers. Integers cannot have decimal points in them, so it's like -3, 0, 1, 10,000, -2,000, something along those lines. The doubles and floats are exactly the same. They are similar to integers, but they do have decimal points. Again, they include all negatives, zeros, and any number you can think of. So for example, inside a double, you would be able to use something like -2.1 or 3.14 or 0. Characters are basically a single line letter. For example, a character would be just the letter A or the letter C or the letter I. And finally, booleans are true or false expressions. A boolean can only be one of the two, either it's true or false. The way we represent it is we do 1 for true and 0 for false, as you'll see later on in the video. So variables, what is a variable? The main use of data types is in variables. Variables in programming languages are very different from those in math. In programming, a variable is like a storage container. You can put any value in it and then later use it as any wish you wish. To declare a variable, we need its type, name, and its value. An example can be seen over here, where we have its data type, which is an integer. We have its name, which is variable under name. We put an equal sign, just to know that the integer, which is a variable name, which is an integer, is equal to 20, which is our assigning value. Here, as you can see, data type is very important because before assigning the value to the variable, we first need to tell the machine what we will put into it. We cannot just write var under name is equal to 20 because then the machine does not know what 20 is. But if we precede it with an int, then the machine will know that the number variable under name is an integer, which is the number 20. The only catch in variables is that the char, character, and boolean have a little different way of defining them. For character, after the equal sign, you'll have to enclose the character in a single apostrophe. So you do apostrophe A apostrophe or apostrophe I apostrophe. And for boolean, as mentioned earlier, you have to write either 1 for true or 0 for false. So instead of writing or 20 or here, we would write underscore bool variable name is equal to 1 or underscore bool variable name is equal to 2. A data type modifier is just used to extend the availability of data types. For example, when we use int, our value has to be less than 21474834647, but greater than 21474834647. Instead, we can put it along before the int, which is used to extend our domain by a lot. So now we can peacefully store the number 21474834649 without getting an error. The 3 main data types for modifiers are short, long, and unsigned. A complete list of the values of domains can be found on the C data types Wikipedia page. The link will be in description. So again, this is how you define it. You do your normal, as we've seen before, integer, variable under name is this, and then you precede it with the long. Because this is out of the domain is 2 greater than the 47, this is a 49. So this will either give you an error or something that you would not expect, like a negative number or a very small or a large number. Therefore, as soon as you put long in, it extends the domain and right all of a sudden you're fine. A format specifier is to specify what type of item we will be using. It can also serve as a placeholder while printing something. These are the specifiers. For int, we use %i. Double and float, we use %f since basically they're the same thing. Character, we use %c. And the modifier specifiers, as we learned above, are for long is %l, for short is %h, and unsigned is %u. So this is how you do it. So let's just say over here you define your variable. You do test number, which is an integer, is equal to this big number. And then you include a long in front of it because this is out of the domain. And then over here you do printf, your test number is, this is what we learned in previous video. And then as you see, our quotes end right here. So basically this is what we're going to be printing. So what we want to print is your test number is in this number. So instead over here, instead of writing this, if we want to print it in a variable, we can just include the %li as a placeholder because this is a long int. And then you conclude the quotation marks, and then you do comma, and then over here you put your variable name on what you want to print. So this tells us that your test number is, and there's a placeholder, and this tells us that we're going to fill the test number into the placeholder. So this gets filled into here. So, next, last but not least, we have arithmetic operations. So arithmetic operators are addition, which is a positive, subtraction, minus, multiplication, and asterisk, which can be located by doing shift 8, division, /, equal to, double equal to signs, not equal to, exclamation, and equal to sign. So these two are basically used when you do it. So if you want to do a comparison, like if 2 is equal to 2, print 1. So you do if 2 equal to 2, print 1. Or if 2 is not equal to 1, then print 1. So you'd say if 2 exclamation mark equal to 1, print 1. And a reminder, which is called a modulo in programming, is basically a percent sign. So this is how it works. So let's just say you define a variable x with the value 20 in it. So then you go on to our next line, which says integer y is equal to 30 minus x. Over here, we defined x is equal to 20. So then y over here is equal to 30 minus 20, which is 10. And then integer z is equal to x modulo 7. So it's 20 modulo 7. So 7 goes into 22 times, which gives you 14. And the remainder is 6. So this would produce the value 6. All right, everybody, thanks for tuning in today. Hope to see you in a different video. Make sure if you like the video, make sure you like and subscribe. See you. Bye.